What's up, guys? My name's Lurksy. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are having a fucking fantastic day. Whew. Today is Story of My Life, episode 2. So, today's story of my life is a pretty scary one. I know Halloween already passed. It's November now. And all you're thinking about is that juicy, succulent turkey on the table. But I said, fuck it. Why the hell not? It's a pretty scary one. But it's one that just happened to pop back in my head recently. So, let's get into it. Alright, so today's story of my life takes place when I was in middle school. I don't exactly remember what age I was, but I was fairly young, that's for sure. And what I would do when I was bored sometimes is I'd go outside, and my neighborhood was behind a shopping center. And so I would go dumpster diving like a fucking I don't even know, like Oscar the Grouch, dude. I go dumpster diving. I was around this time I was watching videos like OK Chief and other videos of like dumpster divers for like video games and shit behind GameStop and like stuff like that. And I thought they were really cool. So I thought I would do the same thing. So yeah, but my neighborhood is behind a big shopping center that consists of a pizza restaurant, a dollar store, maybe not at the time actually, the movie theater, a Sears, and like a couple other small stores, like a little pet store, and then a store called Slipknots that got shut down for selling spice under the table. But anyways, yeah. So I'd go behind there and dig through shit. But one day I didn't have to go digging through any dumpster, actually. I just found this big ass fucking box that was probably from Sears, because it was a like either a washer machine or dryer box. It was a huge fucking cardboard box. It was just laying out. So I yoinked that shit, and I was gonna try to make like a little clubhouse or like 10 out of it. So I yoinked that. I dragged that through the freaking grass into my neighborhood, all the way back behind my house, behind the gates of my house, underneath one of the pine trees that was behind our gates, like directly behind our gate. And this neighborhood it's a townhouse neighborhood. So yeah, 2-story townhouse neighborhoods. So yeah, dragged it. I brought it under the tree, and then it was already slightly in the form of a triangle, so it just worked so well as like a tent. And that was the goal. So I grabbed a fucking stick and I put it inside of it in like the middle, so it could be propped up. So I could actually like go inside it without it collapsing. And all I needed was one stick. So that was pretty cool. And then, yeah, I just made my little clubhouse, dude. I would just go in there and chill with my Game Boy or my DS and just play my games. Just go out there and chill with not having to worry about anyone or anything. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. I liked it. My parents were okay with it. It was fine. So I want to say maybe a couple days after, maybe something like that, I went out to it, and there was shit all inside it and like around it on the ground. And it wasn't mine, and it wasn't my parents'. It was tissues and liquor bottles that were empty and some other random trash. So I was like, what the fuck? Where did this come from? This isn't mine. And it wasn't my parents. I didn't know whose it was. So it was kind of scary. I just shrugged it off as maybe like, trash just being blown in the wind. And then it made its way into my fucking cardboard box, which was really weird. and kind of freaky. But yeah, I was young, so I just kind of shrugged it off, and my parents also, I guess, kind of shrugged it off. They didn't really think too much about it, which kind of weird. I think I would have thought more about it as a parent, but I don't know. They didn't really care, to be honest. So I think the next day, 2 houses from me was a family, and their son Leo was like in elementary school, I think, and he talked to me at the bus stop, because in my neighborhood, it just all the kids would walk all the way to the bus stop and just chill in the morning before the bus came, waiting for the bus. So yeah, he was at the bus stop, and I never really talked to this kid, like, at all. He was kind of annoying and would just always want to talk to me when I never wanted to talk to him. He was still really annoying. But what he had to say to me was actually insane. So he said that the other night, he could see from his bedroom window, because his bedroom window was the same side mine as on the back of the house, so you can overlook the backyard and the gates. And he said, like, he could see from his back window. He heard something at night, and he looked out his window, and he saw behind the gates was like a fucking man, or just a figure, like with a black hoodie, that was carrying a black bag on his back. And he watched him crawl into my fucking box. I was like, wait, what? I was so fucking lost. I was so confused. But then it like started to slowly make sense to me. And I was like, oh my God. There was a fucking man in my cardboard box at fucking night, just living in there or sleeping in there. Don't know who. Still to this day, I have no idea who. Never saw or heard anything from them ever. But it was fucking terrifying. Like, a random dude with, like, he said he saw a random guy, like, in a black hoodie or whatever, holding a black bag over his shoulders, crawling into my cardboard box tent at night. Like, holy shit. Like, I don't know, man. I think the entire day at school, I could not think of anything else except for that. Like, that was the only thing on my mind all freaking day long. It was horrifying. So I eventually came home, and I told my parents, and I think it made sense to them immediately, and they told me that I could no longer keep the box. So yeah, they told me I could no longer keep the box. I had to get rid of it, and that was really sad for me, because I really liked it. It was my little hidey-ho, and it was where I went to relax. But even after that, like, I didn't really want to go to the box anymore. I was scared of the box itself. Like, but then I brung the box into my room and I brung it in the house all the way up the stairs into my room, and like on in the corner of one of my walls, so I could keep it inside and have a nice little hideout inside. Yeah, my dad came home and was like, no, fuck that shit, get that out of here. This has been outside. This probably has bugs all over it, and you just brung this in the house. And he got really fucking mad. And he had every right to be. And then, yeah, he fucking grabbed that shit and threw it in the dumpster himself. And I think I might have cried a little bit about it. I'm not sure. But yeah, there was a fucking, I guess, a homeless guy or a drunk or somebody, some random dude who the fuck knows why he was walking behind neighborhoods' gates, like their backyard freaking fenced gates that are sandwiched between pine trees at God knows what time of the night, but he was, and he just decided to fucking crawl into my box and sleep there for the night. and leave his fucking trash everywhere. Like, I've had a lot of fucking weird shit happen in that neighborhood. But man, and I've got stories from that I definitely will tell. But that has like the top 3 scariest freaking times ever. Like it was very haunting. It was insane. Like I just couldn't believe it. It's still to this day, it's mind blowing. I can't believe it. Like, who the fuck does that? Like, who are you? Who did it? Like, it would be insane to find out, but I never will. This was back when I was in fucking middle school. Like, I'm 22 now. Like, I'm never gonna find out. But man, like, if that guy was homeless, I'm so sorry, and I'm very happy that my box gave you a place to sleep for the night. If that guy was a drunk, well, I guess I'm glad then, because it's a whole lot safer than him going out and driving or something. I don't fucking know. But if you were just some random dude or something, I don't know, man. Like, I just don't understand what you were doing behind neighborhood gates at that time of the night. Like, that's just very fucking sus. But if you were a homeless person, my condolences to you 100%. I'm glad my box kept you nice and warm for one night. But yeah, guys, that's the story. That's the second story from my life. Yeah, actually insane, mind-blowing, pretty scary, huh? Yeah, it's scary when you're a kid and you get told that. That's, yeah, after you found all the evidence as well. It's pretty creepy. So shout out to that annoying ass kid. He was good for something, because if he never told me, then I would have never known, and that guy probably would have just continued sleeping in my box. And that would have been interesting to find one day as a kid. So, yeah, shout out to him. But, yeah, guys, that's the story. I hope you did enjoy it. Pretty creepy one, huh? But, yeah, please comment, subscribe to join the lurk line. Let me know if you've ever had something similar happen to you. Pretty curious. But, yeah, let's bring this video to close. If you enjoy the lurk line, as always, have a good time. Check out my show content. And that's been it. Peace.